Meilah Daf Dalet. Today we're going to discuss Rav Gidal's Shita. We know that Zrika is always a cutoff point. If you're dealing with Kachi Kachim, you have, let's say, for instance, a Chatos. Up until Zrika, if somebody uses this animal, he's over on the Mila. From Zrika on, you're not over on Mila anymore because it goes to the Kayan, besides the Imur. By Kachim Kalan, it's the reverse. Up until the Zrika, it's considered the owners. From Zrika on, then the Imurim become Kachi Kachim and you're over on Mila. Says Rav Gidal that if a person does Zrika, this cutoff point, but he has a machshav of pigul, he thinks to himself he's going to eat this outside of its allotted time, then that machshav of pigul ruins the Zrika. So now it's not a cutoff anymore. So whatever you had beforehand continues on past the Zrika because the Zrika didn't do anything. So if you're kachim and you're over Mila even after the Zrika because the Zrika didn't accomplish anything. Ula says, when it comes to kmitza, a person brings a mincha, the kohen sticks his hand in and takes 3 fingers worth of flour, and he had a machshava of pigul while he was doing it. So he says that if you bring that kmitza onto the mizbeach, poka piguloi, the pigul is removed, it's revoked. It's mashma that it was already pigul beforehand, and it becomes removed now when you put it onto the mizbeach. Says the Gemara, no, that's not what happened. What happens is, it becomes pigul right now when you put it on the mizbeach, because putting on the mizbeach is like zrika. So when you put it on now, retroactively, when you thought about the pigul, when you did the kmitza, that's when it happens. But it happens all the way at the end. But we must say, says the Gemara, that the pigul is removed from the kmitza when you put it on the mizbeach. Otherwise, it wouldn't have the power to make the rest of the mincha pigul, which it does. Because kartzas kosher, kachartzas pasul. Just like in order to eat this animal, you have to go through the 4 avodas. Shechita kabbalah, hoylach and zrika properly, so too when you do it improperly, when you do pigul, you have to have all 4 avodas with pigul. Now, if it's already pigul, if it's already no good, then you wouldn't be able to get the rest of the mincha to be pasul, the pigul. So in other words, the pigul has to be removed from the kmitz, and only through that the rest becomes pigul. According to Ilfa, there's machlokes through Rav Shimon and Rabbi Yehuda. What happens if somebody performs an avodah and he has 2 thoughts in his mind? He has a machshava of pigul, and he has another machshava of chutz l'makom, let's say. So this machlokes comes up and says that if both machshavas were in one single avodah, everybody agrees that it's not going to be pigul. The machlokes is when a person thought in one siman, he was shechting one siman and he thought pigul, and then the second siman he thought chutz l'makom. But you see from here l'chayra that during the shechita you can have a thought of pigul. Says the Gemara, no, again, this is a retroactive thing. When we get to the zrika and you have a machshava of pigul, retroactively the machshava started by the first siman. The Gemara tried to prove, like Rav Gidal, from the brayso that says that when you do pigul, by zrika, you continue doing me'ilah forever. That's what Rav Gidal says, that zrika with the wrong intent is not a zrika, therefore the me'ilah continues forever. Now, you can't say that we're talking about an oila over there, because an oila is always me'ilah after zrika, regardless if he has a machshav or not. Oila is kulei Hashem, nothing goes to the kohen. Taisa says we must be talking about a chatos. From the end of the brayso, we're talking about if somebody did zrika that already had an isur lina, was already noisa, already went past this a lot of times, then he did zrika. And over there, the brayso says that that doesn't remove the me'ilah. In other words, it remains kaddish. Perhaps you can compare lina to pigul. Says the Gemara, no, there's no comparison. Lina is an action taken deliberately with your hands. It's not physical, but it's you not taking action. That's what caused lina. Mashenkin pigul is all in the mind, and therefore it should be easier. The Tosefta says that when you do zrika, bepigul, it doesn't bring l'dei mila. In other words, when you have kachim kalam, we said up until the zrika point, zrika is the cutoff. Up until zrika, there is no mila, and from zrika on there is mila. Says the brayso by kachim kalam, if you have a machshava of pigul, it doesn't create Meilah. In other words, it didn't work, the Zrika. So l'chayr, that's a good right to Rav Gidon. From the fact that that same brisa says that if you have kachi kachim and a person had a machshava of pigul, it doesn't change anything. You can't bring a raya because we could say perhaps it's talking about before Zrika. Well, if it's talking about before Zrika, then why does the brisa have to say two cases, one of kachi kachim and one of kachim kalam? Just say two cases in kachi kachim, one before Zrika, one after Zrika. The answer is because even after Zrika, it's not a clear-cut case because Oila, always, even after Zrika, there is Meilah. So the brisa couldn't say that by Kachim Kachim after Zrika, there's no Meilah. Have a wonderful Shabbos and a great day.